this video, I will reveal David Copperfield's floating boy illusion. Here's a quick recap of what happened. David Copperfield walks up to a young child who is meditating on a bench. After hypnotizing him, he places his right hand behind the boy's head, and he immediately starts levitating. David gradually levitates him and places him onto a second bench, clearly showing his hands with nothing inside them to assist the levitation. Well, how did he perform this trick? Let's figure this out together. I want to make some important observations that will help you figure out this trick on your own. You'll notice that the child is sitting on the bench, with his legs crossed, and both of his hands are beside him and appear to be holding something underneath him. Furthermore, you can see that when he picks up the boy, the clothes he's wearing move up before his body does, and David Copperfield's hand is contacting the boy's skull. To perform this levitation, it would have been a lot more convincing if he had done it without any form of contact with the boy. When he starts levitating, you can notice him rocking back and forth right about the point of contact between his head and David's right hand. If we pay attention to David Copperfield's clothing, we will notice that his clothes are abnormally large on him, and his right hand appears to be hooking onto something behind the boy before he starts levitating. Upon letting the child land on the next bench, he does a weird gesture with his right hand behind his head before he shows his hand cleanly. The explanation for this trick, as you may have figured out by now, relies on the hidden props inside both the boy's clothing and David's jacket. The boy is, in fact, holding onto a platform that is connected to a vertical metallic plate. He is seated on a metallic rectangular base, which he is holding onto with his hands. And, attached to the base at a right angle, is a vertical plate that has a ring welded to the top. This is so that the hook inside the sleeve in David Copperfield's jacket can attach to the ring behind the boy's head and lift his internal hidden frame inside his clothing. This further explains why David had to lower his hand behind the boy's collar to carefully hook onto the frame, and he had to use his left hand to initially assist in picking up the boy. Once the boy was picked up to a certain height, David Copperfield had to lean back slightly to balance the weight of the boy, as it was attached with the frame single-handedly. When it came to letting go of him, he simply unhooked himself from the ring behind his head structure and made a gesture with his hands behind the boy's head that he was holding on to nothing. Behind this mask, only the truth remains till we meet again.